The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 84. You get the NASDAQ up 48. S&Ps are up 10. We have gold up $2 at $12.58. Silver's up 6 cents, $17.53. Platinum's up $4, $9.41. We get light sweet crude up 15 cents, $50.52 a barrel. Notes are down 2 ticks, 130. Bonds are off 12 ticks, 163. And good old King Dollar's up 42 ticks, 97.92. Netflix comes out with big numbers, takes the NQs to the moon. Bottom line is that we got a good bounce going, no doubt about it.
That is for sure.
And inside the currencies and inside the metals, folks, you get some heavy volatility, too. We'll go through that. But right now, we're going to go to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks from TD Ameritrade. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here at TFNN, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, Kevin Scott, TD Ameritrade Swim Lessons. Amazing program. You want to know options upside down? Great program. It's particularly a great program when earnings start, because each and every trading day, they're putting on paper trades so that you can understand exactly what these different structures do, meaning, you know, you come in with numbers, you don't come in with numbers, where those options can go. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy.
How you doing, man?
Morning, Kevin.
I had a couple nice days in Arizona. You know, it's funny. You go out there, you take a little vacation. I went out to see my son who's in college there at University of Arizona.
Nice.
But I traded every day.
Yeah.
Not like I took a trading vacation. I was there trading every day while he was in class.
Sure.
So it's not like we took any days off doing that. How about these banks earnings? Oh, my goodness.
Seriously, in this morning, Goldman Sachs, and what is wild about it is that the bond earnings, folks, were astronomical in every one of those companies. So
right.
it's the volume of bonds they're doing, not the spreads on them, too, because we know bonds like, you know, corporate bonds aren't, the spreads are sure a lot more, but a lot of, it's just amazing. There's no doubt, man. It's like...
Right, and Tommy, this is the fourth firm now. You've got Goldman, JP Morgan, Citi, Bank of America, all talking about the rise in trading activity as driving earnings.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the trend across these financials now, is trading is really picking up, and exactly what you're talking about, bonds.
Yeah.
Right? All the speculation and rhetoric about interest rates is really picking up volume in the bond market.
It is. And, you know, the amazing part is that you'd think that that would be the one part of the business that, okay, you know, it wouldn't be as much, but in fact it's 30 to 36% more in each one of these firms right now. So it's like, okay.
I mean, Tom, Goldman made $4.88 a share. All the estimates were for $3.82.
Yep.
That's off by $1. That's a huge beat. On consensus. Man.
There's
massive numbers coming out of these banks.
No, there is, and you know, between Dodd-Frank, many folks thought that they were going to shut a lot of those parts down. Well, the bottom line is that not that department.
Sure.
Not that department.
Not dead yet, I guess.
No, not even close, man.
Right.
You know,
I know this from the bond traders that I know and the guys from the Board of Trade. They're all cheering for higher interest rates. Because higher interest rates to them will bring in, you know, a better trade in the bond market. So I expect that to continue if rates continue to creep higher.
Yeah. No, I can see that, you know.
Yeah.
And so the dollar out here today, Kevin, do you see these moves in the dollar and the euro and the yen, folks, were just like wild for about an hour and a half, starting at, what time is it now? It's 10 o'clock, so starting at like 8:30.
There's just, you know what, these markets are getting volatile, that's for sure. The summer trading is over.
There's no doubt. You know, when you take a look at the dollar index, folks, okay, this little baby, you know, when you talk about it started at 8. At 8 o'clock, it's at 97, 825. At 8:30, it's at 97, 630, and then it pops all the way up to 97, 965. It's like, oh man.
So if you got the dollar approaching 98, you've got 10-year yields approaching 1.8. We're getting into some high numbers here.
Yeah.
It's gonna start getting interesting. Let's put it that way.
And of course, Netflix blew everyone away.
Right.
You know, and these NDX stocks, they really start accelerating next week. But man, it looks to me like, you know, the NDX at least looks like it wants to go after that high. So,
Tom, we are now knee deep in earnings season, so we are not going to be void of news for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So it'll be big names every day.
I like it. Knee deep.
Big names.
I like being knee deep
in the market. Totally.
Seriously, man.
So today we're going to talk about on Swim Lessons. Scott and I are going to talk about the strangle straddle swap.
Okay.
And how you adjust volatility, just selling, taking that fundamental concept, which is the vertical spread, and putting it into the calendar spread and working it into a more advanced position.
That's awesome. I love how you guys break it down, folks. And that when it's broken down, you can they build upon a great foundation. Right here, 12 o'clock on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Kevin, have a great one, a safe one. We look forward to the show.
Always a pleasure, guys. Have a great day.
You too. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's up 79, Nasdaq's up 46, S&P's are up 9.5. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just announced a special offer for subscribers to his trading service, Fibonacci 24/7. Right now, you can get a month of Larry's Fibonacci 24/7 while gaining access to his upcoming live webinar, The Pattern That H.M. Gartley Missed, taking place Wednesday, October 26th. This live workshop will be archived for subscribers if you cannot attend live. And if you order right now, we'll also send you a copy of Larry's book, A Trader's Guide to Financial Astrology. This book retails for $90, but we'll send it to you as part of this special offer that runs through the night of the workshop, Wednesday, October 26th. Sign up now and get a free copy of Larry's book, a month of his Fibonacci 24/7 trading service, and a live workshop on the pattern that H.M. Gartley missed. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, this is an offer that you can't let pass you by. Sign up today for Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 87. You get the Nasdaq up 49. S&Ps are up 10. We have gold up 340. Silver's up 8 cents. Notes, you get the notes down 1 point. Bonds are off 5 points. And we might as well go look at good old Netflix because, you know, when this came across last night, it's up $18.30. And what was wild is that the first, you know, headline that came across was that, you know, subscribers were up 300 and something thousand. And it was like, wow, that's interesting.
Okay, U.S. subscribers.
It was U.S. subscribers, right? And it's like, what? That has nothing to do with anything in Netflix now.
Yeah.
I mean, the subscriber growth is up 3.57 million in 90 days.
In that quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
And analysts expected about 2.5 million combined.
Right. That's
and all the surplus, I think, most of it was just overseas that they just crushed, crushed it out of the park.
They've been starting overseas a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty intense, man.
Yeah. So they're up to about 86 million subscribers total, I believe.
There it is. There's the number. And there's the. So, look at the size of actual Wall Street estimates.
So this was the blue are the estimates.
Yeah.
And the orange is what they came in at.
Right.
So they, marginally beat their domestic, which was a pretty, marginal estimate anyway.
Sure.
And then, but they crushed it. Instead of 2 million, they came in at 3.2.
Yeah. Monster.
Yeah. And so they're approaching 100 million. Let's see if they go into what they're going to spend.
Yeah, it had it up there when you gave me that number earlier. It had the $6 billion. Just go up further.
Okay.
There it is, right there. See, Netflix and for instance, net $6 billion.
Yeah.
$6 billion, an increase of 20%.
Yeah. So I was reading about that puts them at second, only behind ESPN.
Okay.
But the intriguing part is that ESPN spends so much on live sports. So they're spending $6 billion on basically original content, like episodes. I think they called it episodal content, where it's just, we're all familiar with it. Narcos, all those types of shows. What's the political show with Kevin Spacey? House of Cards.
Right.
Those types of shows. But $6 billion on strictly that just dwarfs most of others. I mean, even when you look at NBC, CBS, they're at like, I think, 3 to 4 billion.
Right.
Again, NBC, they're spending money on the Olympics, they're spending money on football. CBS, the same thing. So they're really not spending that much money on original programming.
Right.
$6 billion on that number is just insane.
Which they'll own forever, even for the next generation.
Yeah, it's original content.
Like,
but they realize, and this is kind of what we were talking about yesterday, that they're not in the business of selling other people's movies and stuff like that anymore. That's really not why you're signing up for Netflix. You're craving those House of Cards, Narcos. That's why you're paying that
and
fee.
Something they had. There was a title, something that
was a lot of something.
That's a big
I lost,
hit.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big hit.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
But yes, it's the original programming, no doubt. No doubt that's what does it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Just to sum it up too, though, that's interesting because that's not like a technology company when you start getting into it. I mean, that's just like a movie house.
Yeah.
And then you're transitioning to the fact that you're just selling all your own content. But that's it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Can they just constantly be the one that's producing more TV shows?
And better
Call them
content.
TV shows. They're going to be web shows, But then everybody else in the world, and that's where all their value comes from. That's a tough game to just outspend and outproduce better shows. I mean, HBO does it consistently, though, kind of before they've gotten here. As in, you always hear HBO. I have it, so I always hear more Emmys than anybody else for like so many years in a row.
And I remember when HBO started.
Yeah.
And
they were doing the same thing, right? They were just showing other people's movies.
People are looking, and what happened with HBO? Now this is a trip.
HBO figured it out. Go ahead.
And HBO, what HBO had to do, because the cable companies are so big into the cities, they had to hire all political operators in Boston and New York and Chicago just to get on.
Sure.
because everything was so, locked down.
Cable's still like
yeah,
that.
it was
in
locked
terms
down.
Of,
and then
there's laws that mandate those packages still,
Huge.
so they've got it. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Let's go over and take a look at the yen here. Well, actually, let's stay with Netflix for a sec, because I want to show you what I did. We were talking about the Nadex platform yesterday, folks, as we do every day. But I was saying, before the close, this would be a good NDX trade to trade, because I felt that the volatility was going to be out there.
sure.
Well, what happens is that if we what happened coming into the close is this, right? The market had really light volume, so I felt the market was going to bounce, but I looked at Netflix and said, that's going to go down, right?
Sure.
So right at the last minute, what did I do? Instead of going long the NDX, which I was going to do, I went short, right? So, but this is the goal, right? Well, that's the point of the story. So I'm telling Tommy, he comes in, and I'm telling him what happened, and he says to me, why didn't you go on both sides? Because what happened is this, folks, is that I was risking $140 to make a couple grand, okay? More than that, but I was only looking for 10 points, okay?
Okay.
It was only $14 a contract.
Okay.
And I had the, let me pull up the NQs and I'll do it. NQZ6. The bottom line is that as we do two sides of the contract, I could have done both sides.
Sure.
So this is this it right here? 9 o'clock, no, hold it. There it is right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a 47.90. The 47.90 was the
floor or the ceiling?
The floor and the ceiling, okay?
And how big were they? Do you know? No, that's all right.
I
just
forget,
curious.
but I was looking for like 10 to 15 points, and it got 12 points. And on both sides, though, it would have only cost me, well, because I'd looked at both sides. It was short money.
Yeah.
And sure enough, so $140 on the both side got you $1,400.
Okay.
Like in a heartbeat.
Okay.
So my point is, we got to remember this when Google's coming out.
Yeah.
And Amazon,
Definitely.
because it makes a difference, and both sides would have been a sweet deal, no doubt. This morning, if you want to see something that's wild, so look at this. So this morning, what I did, now this is another reason that the Nadex product is so cool, folks. I sold the yen first, right? But watch this. This is the movement inside the currencies this morning is bizarre. And I got, oops. Hey, what did I just do there?
I'm not sure. Close that too.
So what had happened is that the yen was going up. I sold it, and I sold it right here. I was really lucky, man. I sold it up here, 8 o'clock. Was that? I think I sold it. Was that 8 o'clock? Yeah,
That's
10 past 8. So I sold it at somewhere around 104, right?
Sure.
And immediately it just dove all the way down.
Yeah.
And then I jump in the shower. I get back out. It's way over where I sold it from.
I think that might have been the CPI. Was it CPI?
Okay, you know what happened? Everything was
Trading
happening.
the dollar before 8:30 CPI coming
Yeah.
up, just to put it in. I think that's what came out.
And then guess what? It crashes again.
Okay.
Thank God.
Well,
But even
inflation news. Right?
yeah. And then I bought some gold too.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We're coming right back, folks.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives.
If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 62. You get the NASDAQ up 42. S&Ps are up 7. And, let's go over to the S&Ps. This market has just given up quite a bit. When you look at I think those S&Ps, yeah, look at this. So the S&Ps
10
had
points.
Yeah, 2139. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so let me pull this closer. My take is that we're going to go right back up, but I just want to see what we had here. Okay. So the last sell down went to 2135, meaning sell down with volume. So this will be interesting to see how we get back into that 2135. The difference is that sell down there had 79,000 contracts, and the one at the bottom had 46,000. The 46,000 though is going into 89,000 from yesterday at 9:30. But so you're going to have a nice volatile day out here all day long.
That's what you like, right?
Yeah, totally. Gold, let's go over to gold for a second, because gold was catching a nice bid, and they smoked that baby right back down. They didn't get it negative, but they got that going. But I like how it's setting up. It's just turning this corner with enough volume. We've done 102,000 contracts, and all day yesterday we only did 112,000. So that's a good indication that the battle is on here. And the currencies, of course, this dollar needs to come down another couple hundred ticks for the market to really get going. Inside the Dow, if we look at the strength versus the weakness, UNH, look at that. What the heck's going on with UNH? That's up 6.6%. Oh, 1 second, they did come up with numbers. Okay, so UNH, the estimate was 208, they come out with 217.
And boosted their forecast.
Yeah. So that's the leader inside the Dow. Goldman Sachs, we know that's earnings. That's up 1.5%. Merck's up 1.5. Intel's up 1.4. Oh, Big Blue. Big Blue's down 3.8. Can't handle higher price. Johnson & Johnson's up 1.7. Visa down 0.6. So if we go to Big Blue for a second.
They came out with the numbers last night.
They came out with numbers last night. See, this is going after this high volume swing low. This is just another indication that that's where this whole market wants to go. I suspect it's going to take a while, but that high volume swing low from Brexit wants to go after it. Now, what Big Blue did do, so their main business, this is the 13th quarter in a row that it's gone down, meaning their service business.
Okay.
But what is happening is their cloud business is going up, and their artificial intelligence is going up. Right. Yeah. So,
Big Seems like that'd be a good spot.
Big Blue's going to be around.
Future,
yeah, exactly. NDX 100. Inside the NDX 100, we know what the leader is there. Netflix, right? Illumina is up 4.7%. INCY is up 2.7%, and Monster Beverage is up 2.4%. And there's, Dish is down 1%, but other than that, you don't have a lot of equities inside that NDX that's down. So, have you ordered anything from Amazon lately?
I haven't, but I need to.
Why not?
I know. I've had a few things, just at home that I need to grab on Amazon. Small, like household things,
I know.
Yeah.
They're so easy.
They are.
I haven't either, but the last 3 days in a row, I keep saying, okay, I got to order this and order that.
Exactly.
And it's just smaller stuff like that, but it saves you a trip to the store.
It does.
But I got a feeling once I get on, because we're getting near the holidays, that I'll probably do more than that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's one of those deals that, okay. Let's go look at that dollar once again. And we got Steve Rhodes is doing a workshop tomorrow night, right?
He sure is.
We'll go over that right now, but let me just look at this dollar for a second. So the dollar, see, look at the dollar too. What the dollar had done, folks, is that this morning, 8 o'clock, it comes right up to from where it gapped down yesterday. This is the dollar index. Hit 97.82, 820. Takes a dive down to 97.635, and then does a monster move at 10 o'clock. So,
yeah.
And now working their way back in. So.
Let's pull it up.
Yeah, so Steve Rhodes, Steve Rhodes, folks, is going to be doing a workshop tomorrow night.
Trading range boundary lines, hidden support and resistance for mastering probability. And so he has a special that's only $49. You can get his newsletter, Mastering Probability, coming out every day. You get tomorrow night's workshop, which goes from 5 till 6. That'll be archived, of course.
Right.
And then you get 4 of his different workshop archives. The 3 that he's done previously for subscribers. Talking about candlesticks, talking about the long-short line that every trader needs to know, the ultimate reversal pattern, his money management webinar. So it's a phenomenal deal, man.
It's a lot of education.
Along with, of course, tomorrow night's workshop, his newsletter. So I encourage people to check it out. You sign up for it, and you'll instantly get those workshop archives added to your page, so you can watch those whenever you want, and then you'll get tomorrow night's workshop and his newsletter.
And we get volatility.
That's right. It's a good time to be talking about the market.
It is, man. And the baby's only just starting because of the earnings season just starting.
Yeah.
As our man Kevin Hink says, we're going to be knee deep into it. I like that saying.
Yeah.
Knee deep. Silver. Let's go take a look at the silver market. Actually, let me look at Heckler. We had Jim from Minnesota call yesterday, and Heckler. Yeah, see, Heckler had some juice yesterday, and it's following through. Now, Heckler got back inside the 24th of August, which is a good scene. That means it's, we'll see how it handles the 638. See, because on the first run up in January to August, Heckler was the strongest when you talk about relative strength silver stock out there.
Okay.
So it was cool yesterday when he called, because I hadn't seen that it actually had moved. You know what I mean? Oh, let's go to our man Tom from Plymouth. Hey, Tom, what's going on, brother?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. How are you?
I'm doing great,
morning,
man.
Tom.
Yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm off that J-Dust and right on to the Nugget, so
Okay, well, let's take a look at it. You got NUGT, the Nugget, folks, is the Direction Daily Gold Miners 300% bull position of the New York Arca Gold Miners Index. Bottom line is that this got some juice in it this morning. You know, the GDX is up. You're at, and this is nice. Okay, so what the Nugget had to do, and even the last time that we were talking to Tom, remember that 1260 is crucial to get inside of. And what had happened is that last Thursday it got back inside it, but then it couldn't handle it. And, you know, it looks to me like it's going to handle it out here today. So that would set up so you're back inside that range, and that's what it's going to take to build some cause, you know, to get up into higher price, man.
Well, I backed up the truck last week, and I'm in more than knee deep.
Well, that means your wife's going right back to the Four Seasons.
More than knee deep. He
more
likes
than
it
knee
too.
deep. I like that. I like that. Hey, you stay right there. We'll be coming right back. We got Tom from Plymouth. Tom, we want to hear from you folks. 877-927-6648. Stay there. Come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials up 69, Nasdaq's up 47, S&P's are up 9. We're talking with Tom from Plymouth. You know, so Tom, would I mean, I know you know this thing upside down. What's going to be intriguing out here today, so the GDX, right, which is the inverse of the Nugget. we want to see more volume in this baby too. You know.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have that much volume this morning. I was noticing, but maybe he picked up this afternoon.
No, exactly. I'd stay right there. I'd stay right in that position, man. I like the position. You know, you have two different things there. I mean, if the volume can come in, great. If the price holds up here, we could get another gap up here tomorrow. So you get a small gap, and this is how these things normally build the bottom. You know what I mean? Because that destruction in that gold market, folks, on the 4th of October is extensive. So it takes work in order to build that chart back up. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a fast process, but it looks to me like we're getting there. And
I'm looking at the rainbow right now, and I see that pot of nugget on the end of it. So that's where I'm heading for.
Oh, that's too funny.
I just want to let you two know that you guys are one of the best teams I know. The only team that I know that's better is Brady and Gronkowski. So
that's a tough one to compete with, man.
Pretty intense, man. Well, we appreciate that.
You're real close. You're real close.
That's awesome, man.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that's a beautiful thing. Thanks so much, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go take a look at one of the Tigers wants to look at platinum through the PPLT. So platinum, man, has been, last few years, folks, it is what it is. I was going to say it makes zero sense that platinum has been trading under gold for such a long period of time because platinum is more precious and it's so much harder to mine and there's so much less of it. But bottom line, that's what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So if we look at this PPLT, so the PPLT is the ETFS physical platinum shares for platinum. And pull this back. Oh, okay, I like this too. This is all right. So when this destruction was happening in October, on a weekly it goes down with 404,000 shares, but you're going into 478. And then, let's see, 89. Yeah, that's good. It got under. So what you like, Mike, is this. You like that it got under the low from last month, and because they're going to have lighter volume now. And we went from $89.16 this month. Last month you were at $89.23. So what you're going to have now is this. Even last month was lighter volume than what you're going into, but now it's going to be dramatically lighter volume. Now the kicker is going to be like, yeah, I like the trade. I mean, $99.80 you should get a bounce to. And the key here in all of these metals, folks, is that we don't know yet whether this is just a dead cat bounce and it's going to do an ABC structure on the way down, or are you building cause, and it's going to be another run. And we won't know that for another week and a half. And the way you'd have a probability of it is that, like, a lot of these golds, they gapped higher today. If we gap higher again, and then on the pullback, if the pullback's on lighter volume, we get action. If that pullback's on heavier volume, it's like, okay, man, this is not good. And it'll be the first pullback that you'll get an inclination as to, okay, we have more buyers than sellers, and that's what you're going to want to know. Because if that volume comes out of these metals at all, meaning on the back down, it could be big trouble. I don't think that's where we're at. I'm just kind of explaining the situation on both sides. If we do take a look, let's go look at the volume yesterday was so light, it was amazing. So 193 million, which isn't that bad, really. 390 on the NASDAQ. Yeah, that's not that bad. So we're going to get not a lot of volume, but we're going to get a little more volume on the way up today. We're going to take a look at the XLF, since all these financials, look, they still can't get out of their way, though. They got big numbers, but can't move.
Yeah.
JP Morgan, let's see. They made so much money, too.
Yeah.
It's
big numbers.
It's like, what's hiding in there? Why can't they go higher?
Sure.
Something's in there.
Yeah. I would agree. Right.
Yeah. If we go to the XLE's having a hard time, too.
Yeah.
Oil numbers tomorrow.
Yep.
CRB, let's see where we are right now. Look at natural gas, 350.
No, you just.
Oh, there it is. So we're at $50.26.
They're jumping around. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're down 11 cents. Well, this is going to be a close one tomorrow. So,
Been hanging around this number. 50.
It is. You've been hanging around the number, and on the 11th, you're really pushing highs with volume. You get 469,000 contracts there. You back down, but it rejected lower price, and it didn't make it to that swing on the 13th. And now you're really backing down with light volume. So that's going to be some good numbers. And, of course, the natural gas market will be big because the 350 was the ABC structure on the way up.
Yeah, that's got some movement to the upside.
It does. It's
you could see a pullback. You could see it continued.
Maybe we can play both sides of it.
Yeah, anytime you have a big move, it can move either way.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
310 to 350.
Yeah.
And you're coming into the winter. You know?
Right. Cold season's approaching up northeast, that's for sure.
The northeast, not down here. 85 degrees down here now.
Yeah.
We think it's cold. Not cold, but
no,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, exactly.
877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at some of the larger well, actually, who's coming out with earnings? 1 second. Intuitive Surgical, ISRG, I think. This is like
aftermarket today.
Today. Okay, so Intuitive Surgical's coming out today. This gets interesting because this also can move the NDX 100.
Okay. Now that doesn't say what time though.
Okay.
So
1 second. Yeah.
Don't bank on the fact that it's.
Yeah, bummer. Okay, just aftermarket. That's not good enough. Right?
Yeah.
So when you take a look at this thing is a psycho stock, man. This is just like a monster. But man, you gotta. I mean, just look at this volatility. So in 2007, it was $359. 2009, it's $84. You go up to $594 in 2012. It crashes to $357.
Yeah.
And now you're at $711.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you want to see something too? NFLX. This is pretty intense. Netflix again. There was a 7.89 short position.
Ooh.
32 million shares. That's intense. That's
a big loss.
Yeah, that's a big loss, and someone has to.
And I assume they're cutting that loss because I would not want to be short.
Totally.
After that rise, thinking somehow it was just going to pull back.
No. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back, and of course we got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. Swim lessons, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back. Andy will be back. Stay right there. Tommy and I are coming right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
My name is Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability and host of the Trader's Edge Show heard daily here at TFNN.com. On Wednesday, October 19th at 5 p.m., I'll be hosting a special one-hour event, Trading Range Boundary Lines, where I'll teach subscribers how to identify hidden support and resistance levels, the kind that you definitely need to be aware of for your trading and investing. You'll learn how to plot major horizontal support and resistance, how to identify breakouts and breakdowns, and how to project the next price move. These support and resistance levels work for stocks, ETFs, futures contracts, currencies, and these patterns work on every time frame. By signing up for Mastering Probability right now, you get the first month of my newsletter service for only $49, and that includes October 19th's Trading Range Boundary webinar. Plus, if you sign up now, I'll include access to my 3 one-hour workshops, the ultimate trading signals, the ultimate reversal signals, and the long, short line that every trader needs to know. This is an investment you won't regret. For all the details of the upcoming workshop and reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com now.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 72. You get the NASDAQ up 47. S&Ps are up 9 percentage-wise where we are. You get the Dow 0.4%. S&Ps are up 0.5. NASDAQ is up 0.9. So the good old NASDAQ, once again, is going to drag these babies up. Let's go see what the king of retail is doing out here. It's just hanging there. Amazon's up $4, 8.17.
I wonder if any of that push has to do with how well Netflix is doing with their subscriber base.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Amazon's so much bigger, but I just wonder.
Look at Google. Google's got something underneath it, folks.
They do.
Google's going after its highs. Let me just see. It's up $12. It's $7.92.
Maybe that's something about.
Yeah, who knows, right?
I was going to say maybe it's something to do with IBM had earnings. Their cloud business is doing well.
Yeah.
Amazon and Google definitely could benefit probably from cloud space. Amazon especially. Google, they're in that market as well.
$7.89. Let me just. It looks the way this is going to be wild, folks, because the way that Google is trading right now, it actually looks like it's going to take its highs out with volume. Let me pull this back a bit. Look at this, man. Oh, this is so cool. So when Google's coming into earnings next week, I just gotta make sure this is the high, but I think it is. Oh man, if they come out with numbers, this thing like a gap beyond belief, because it's been consolidating for
about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From December of 20.
Yeah, like 8 months.
Okay, get your trades ready. Seriously, man, because that's a nice space to be at. There's no two ways about that.
I hear you.
Yeah, and it's possible, as one of the targets is saying, that Google phones might be able to take advantage of some of the burning Note 7s also.
Yeah, I would not want to be, in the business of Samsung, regardless, right now, if they weren't having the problems, because they supply a majority of the Android, right? I mean, they're not supplying Apple, so they're supplying all Android. And if Google's getting into the business of supplying phones for their own operating system,
right,
man,
right,
you're talking about programmers, you're talking about everything in terms of that would be tough.
No,
let alone their phones are exploding, so everyone's already buying a new phone, right? I mean, straight away, right? It's like it's not even bad enough for Samsung. It's like, are people going to go to Apple and you lose them completely? And that's like, well, they don't even just have to go to Apple. They can just buy a different kind of phone and stay on Android, right? That's really the.
I've already talked about.
We don't even talk about that.
I've already talked about that. I got a Galaxy 7, so I thought it gets hot, but as you had said, I think it's sometimes the sun hits it, so I make sure that I don't, right? But I also have a couple of Samsung TVs at home, right?
Sure.
This morning, right beside the TV, I'm starting to feel it. No, think about that for a second. You think people aren't doing that?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
People are doing it. why would I do it? I never thought of that before. You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
I don't know what you're doing. You think your TV is going to explode? I think that's...
I wanted to feel it to see when it was hot, and it was hot.
Well, my TV's hot too. TVs get hot.
Yeah, well, what if they go on fire?
You can believe what you like, but that doesn't base it in reality.
My point is that it gets people thinking that you shouldn't have to be thinking
It's
about...
really bad for their brand.
Yeah,
That's
right,
for sure.
Oh,
really.
good. TV has no battery. Thank God. Okay, cool. So it's the batteries. When what's getting hot? The tube's getting hot, right?
The tubes? Do TVs have tubes? Man.
My TVs have tubes.
I don't think so. Maybe a few decades ago.
Yeah. They're black and white, too.
Get your click out.
I still can listen to Howdy Doody.
There you
Make
go,
sure that
man.
it's on there.
There you go.
No. Listen, folks, you stay right there. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up next, growling and prowling with you. And then we're going to swim lessons, Chicago headquarters, Think or Swim. Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, and of course, it's Tuesday. So good old Andy Heck's going to be back, growling and prowling. Have a great one. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.